Tall, thin, and bald, always impeccably dressed, brilliantly despicable, billionaire Lex Luthor's God complex is matched only by his malicious disdain for Superman. And now, the head of Luthor Corps, with limitless funds and tech at his disposal, has invented a means by which to multiply his hatred for the Kryptonian superhero and banish him from Earth forever. Baby Kaiju, a genetically grown creature, is unleashed into Metropolis. Increasing in size at an advanced rate, he soon becomes a threat to the entire city. What's going on, guys? Multiverse here with yet another action figure review video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Lex Luthor and Baby Kaiju action figure by McfarlaneToys. Starting off this video, guys, we are of course taking a look at the McFarlane packaging, and this one right here is of course the deluxe theatrical edition. So it is the black blue open face window. We see Lex Luthor in all of his beauty with the Baby Kaiju front and center, the new DC Multiverse logo with the new Superman logo down at the bottom, and Lex and the Kaiju's name also. Flipping over the side, guys, we see Superman front and center. Over here on the back is a nice little concept image of the Baby Kaiju and Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor, which I did enjoy his performance as Lex. Flipping over to the side, guys, we do of course see a bunch of logos and their names again. Nothing at all going on at the top, but then down here at the bottom is the barcode for you barcode guys. Well, all that said, guys, let's go ahead and rip Lex Luthor out of the packaging and see how he looks. So right here, guys, is Lex Luthor and Baby Kaiju fresh out of the packaging. I do enjoy this figure. It is awesome having just a classic Lex in a suit on the shelf with the rest of the figures. However, I do wish we would have saw this Lex inside his suit, his Lex Luthor suit, the one he puts on to battle Superman. I understand this was just kind of to get the ball rolling for the new universe. This was a decent showcase of how smart he is with everything that went into trying to stop the Man of Steel. I will say was very clever on his part, but by the end of it, we all know how it plays out in a movie called Superman. When it comes to Baby Kaiju, I do like him. I just wish we got more in the realm of articulation. Now, you guys will definitely see when I go into the accessories, I'm not going to count him his own standalone figure, no matter how cute the little guy is, looking like he wants some uppies right now. However, I just cannot have him be his own little figure. He doesn't come with much. He actually doesn't come with anything at all. And the articulation on this guy is slim to none. No elbow, just shoulder rotation and head swivel, but that is it. So with all that said, though, guys, let's go ahead and get Mr. Luthor out of the spotlight and take a closer look at the accessories that he came with. When it comes to the accessories, guys, Lex Luthor does, of course, come with a standard DC stand. I am a little bit confused, though, on how he's a deluxe theatrical edition, but we didn't get the silver or even the new DC logo. So a bit of a bummer that they only went with the original here. He does, of course, come with his trading card here with the concept art that we saw on the back of the box, as well as deluxe theatrical edition written on the side. Just Baby Kaiju looking so happy. Look at the baby. Flipping over to the back, guys, is the read-up if you want to pause the screen and read it right now. Always give you guys that little bit of a second. And then we are, of course, going to start with Mr. Adorable himself. Now, I'm not a big fan of the design, but being that he is a mutated monster that was just grown in a lab, shh, don't tell him. He's loved. He knows it. This guy here is just, ugly. He's an ugly little guy. He's got his little tendrils on his head, but for the accessory, I just wish we got more. Maybe some tail hinge, maybe for it to go up and down, a little bit of legs that could go back and forth, but nothing. All he gets is just a very, very stiff articulation in his arms and then his head. But if you're like me, the tendrils kind of hurt a little bit. They're a little sharp, but you can get him to kind of rotate his head left and right. But I would have expected like a jaw hinge or something more with this little guy. However, the detail on him is definitely there. They did a good time with him. He kind of feels scaly. and he doesn't feel like cheap plastic, so that is a plus in my book. For Lex Luthor over here, guys, he does, of course, come with 3 separate heads. He comes with kind of like this little blank stare look. He comes with, excuse the language, but I guess a smug asshole grin, or a little smirk that he's got going on. And then he, of course, comes with his angry look. Just the brows are furrowed and he looks extremely mad. And then for his hands, he does, of course, come with 2 pairs of gripping hands. And get a little not blurry there for you guys, just 2 pairs of gripping hands. And then he comes with the exact same hands that Superman comes with, it looks like. If I had a Superman next to me, I'll probably look at it after I get done, but I'm pretty sure these are the hands that come on the Man of Steel. With all that said, guys, let's go ahead and move away from the accessories and zoom into Mr. Luthor's suit to take a closer look at the detail. When it comes to the detail, guys, this Lex Luthor, like I said at the beginning, is quite literally just a man in a suit. However, side note here, and this is going to bring it down a notch for me, only one head on my Lex Luthor here fits his ball joint on his neck. So if I turn this sideways, this is supposed to be the angry Lex that I was going to put on there. However, he comes with this hellacious gap on this head and the smiling head. Like, they literally have this gap here, but the blank expression Lex doesn't have it. So I don't know why these other heads sit higher than this one does. Maybe they just didn't drill deep enough in the little peg hole inside the head. So for me, it might just be mine, but I am going to have to knock it down for that. Because just looking at him straight on camera, he looks okay. But looking at him straight on, the head obviously sits just a little bit higher. So that does bother me. Just a little slight OCD over here. So, but I digress on the subject. Going down in here looking at the suit, guys, the suit is just purple on top of purple on top of light purple on top of the same color purple. So not really too much in the paint department for this guy. I personally am probably going to give him, like, you know, leave him with the purple vest or make purple jacket with a black vest. I don't know. I am going to be painting this guy because I wanted more from him. I understand his color scheme is quite literally purple and green, but there's no green tie. There's no green shoes. I don't know. They just went purple on top of purple. He is your generic guy in a suit from McfarlaneToys, and that's really that. I mean, do you guys really care to look at the full suit? I mean, maybe it's Armani. I don't know. Flipping over to the back, guys, only a few little bit of wrinkles inside the jacket, and then down here at the legs. I want to say we've seen these legs before. The shoes look pretty cool. You know, you see the laces in there, and they look like they're a different, you know, material than the pants, so it's not just straight hard plastic. But that is really that. When it comes to his detail, guys, there's not really much I can really talk about on this guy. With all those other guys, let's go ahead and move away from the detail and check out Mr. Luthor's size, his articulation, and we'll jump into some size comparison. When it comes to how tall this Lex Luthor stands, guys, he does stand to the top of his shiny bald head. Looks like exactly 7 1/4. So he is the standard 7 inches that McFarlane loves to do. Go ahead and take him off his display stand, do a little head articulation check. He can look down all the way, look up all the way, but then there is the massive gap. I absolutely hate that. Give me 1 second. There we are, guys. I switched them back to the blank face head over here. So this guy fits perfectly. Going and look now at the articulation for real. He can look all the way down and look all the way up. He is on a ball joint, so it does rotate all the way around and get some decent head tilt in there. He should. Obviously, the neck hinge in there of the dumbbell is freaking massive. His arms go out about that far, and they do rotate all the way around. Bicep swivel, although it is extremely tight, be sure to soak your fingers in hot water. Double hinged elbows, and when it comes to his hands that are interchangeable, they do rotate all the way around and do a slight hinge up and down, but you might have to pull them out a little bit because his cuffs are extremely deep. Looking at his ab crunch, guys, he does bend forward just a little bit, but it's more so in the waist. He is a bit of a limbo master, but another freaking gap in this guy. What were you thinking, McFarlane? He just wanted to make this one and just get a quick cash grab is all it was. Another freaking gap in the front. So definitely another hit for this guy. His waist does rotate all the way around. He can hit an evil split. Double hinged knees, and his ankles do articulate down. They articulate, well, actually, they don't articulate down. I lied. They did very little up toe articulation, and not really any ankle pivot. You kind of have to force it and worry about breaking it. So this guy is just getting more and more bottom of the barrel for McFarlane Toys. With all this other guys, let's go ahead and move away from the articulation and jump right into the size comparison. Starting off with the size comparison, guys, here we have Mr. Luthor standing next to the Man of Steel, and as you can see here, Superman does stand just a bit taller. Next up, guys, here we have the movie Lex Luthor standing next to the comic Lex Luthor in his power suit, and as you can see here, they look like they are almost exactly the same size, so let's hit it with a quick head swap. Right here with a head swap, guys, as you can see here, the comic accurate Lex does not really work. He does have the peg in there, and he just kind of loses all of his neck. He's kind of like a skinnier Kingpin at this point. He doesn't have a neck like at all. But this one right here, the Nicholas Hoult Lex Luthor on the power suit does look great. However, this is without the dumbbell joint in his neck. His head actually does kind of hold on there fairly nicely when it comes to wedging it into the neck. There is no peg in there though, so that is like the only way you can make this work. So if you want to get some cool shots of the new Lex Luthor in a power suit fighting the Man of Steel, this might be the figure for you. And lastly, guys, here we have Lex Luthor standing next to the Marvel Legends Spider-Man. The size here doesn't really work unless you wanted to work with like an 8-year-old Spider-Man, maybe 11 or 12 Spider-Man, I don't know. But the question that I want to pose to you guys today is, let me know in the comments below on a scale of 1 to 10, if this was Spider-Man's villain, how much do you think Lex Luthor would hate Spider-Man? Alrighty guys, and there you have it. Another action figure review video in the books on my channel for you guys to enjoy. When it comes to my final review on this Lex Luthor action figure, I'm going to have to give him a solid 3 out of 10. I am not a big fan of this figure. There was definitely a lot of shortcuts taking when it comes to making this figure. I understand he is just the guy in a suit. However, I would have loved a different colored suit, maybe a black suit with a purple vest. I don't know. Not really a fashion guy myself, but just the all purple, the exact same color, just screams the cheap way out. And then all the gaps that we saw with him, the gaps in the heads, the 2 heads that it comes with, you can't even use them because he looks freaking goofy. His head does not sit on his neck. So that might just be mine. I hope that you guys find a better figure than what I picked up. God, I hope I'm right. I'm gonna have to go look at some other people's reviews on it. When it comes to the baby kaiju though, that's all he is. It's just an accessory. He's just a little guy. He's just goo goo gaga cute. And as you can see here, he finally got his uppies. But how this Lex is, he's probably going to just throw him across the room. With all that said though, guys, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new. I am currently on the road to 500 subscribers, so I'm happy to grow the channel. I do like interacting with you guys inside the comments. I try to get back to each and every single one of you as soon as I can whenever you guys like and leave a comment. So if you guys want to know more about me, hey, throw a question in the comments. Let me know what figures you guys would want to see next, because I am here to serve you. With all that said, guys, I'm getting out of here, and I will see you in the next video. Later.